Hello everybody and welcome back to Teacups and Toadstools. It has been a hot minute. I'm sorry, it's been like literally 2 months since I last filmed a video. The video I posted on Tuesday, which was part of my Nancy Drew Trail of the Twister playthrough, was filmed 2 months ago and I just edited and posted it. So that's fun. I'm joined today by my friend Sam. Sam is back.
I'm back.
And you know why Sam is back? Because Sam has played V3 now. And now Sam is going to react to his V3 predictions. For those of you that do not know, I'm Caroline and I am a host on a Danganronpa podcast called Ultra Hope Girls, and if you want to check it out, the link is in the description below and it's gonna be really fun and it's cool. Alright, and also I just want to give a shout out to Reed Loomis. I'm gonna put the comment right here. It was their idea to have Sam come back and react to V3, so this is a subscriber request of your return, Sam. I'm just letting you know.
Thank
so,
God.
oh,
We should
by
say,
the way, I am spoiling all of V3 in this video. Danganronpa V3 gonna be spoiled, so just a heads up, you have been warned. If we're gonna be reacting to a video that Sam and I filmed a couple months ago, so I will leave a link to that in the description. Here's the video thumbnail, and I'll leave like a little info thing so you can just go on that little guy and you can watch along with us.
Alright, so I've seen this character before. In terms of the name, last time I said something like Gary. That was my thought for a name.
This is Gary.
This is Gary. Before I thought he was like some sort of like an artist, but like especially the one with the chair, especially I'm like I don't really get as much of an artist, but he was like a bad boy.
So, Sam. Also, I will not be giving a lot of input on my personal thoughts on V3 just because we haven't gotten to that part of our podcast yet, and I want to save that good, juicy info for that podcast. But I will be trying, like, engaging in conversation.
Yeah.
So Rentaro.
Rentaro, I mean, unfortunately, we don't get a lot of Rentaro, so I can't even say how correct I was. I think I got I mean, honestly, I don't really know what Rentaro's vibe was. I do think I was very correct with my... Like, he's not afraid kind of getting in people's way. I mean, that was the whole deal with the, you know, the survivor perk, is that he kind of was able to get in sort of like the way of the mastermind and sort of like make stuff happen. So, and that did lead to his death. So it's like, yeah. Rentaro's hard, because he's barely there, so. I
just think that Gary, which is the name you chose for Rentaro, is such an old man name. I don't understand why your immediate reaction was, oh yeah, okay, so, Gary fits.
Well, so, for me, Gary is the rival in Pokemon. That's the Gary that is in my brain.
Alright, next.
Oh my god, what a...
This is Marin's husbando.
I can already... This guy looks like a not very nice person. Alright, this guy's obviously a thug. He's baby-faced. Like, if you guys know Fuyuhiko from the second game, this is Fuyuhiko from the second game. But, like, actually a thug. I feel like Fuyuhiko is, like, kind of not a thug.
Yeah.
But this guy's, like, actually a thug.
Okay, so, and do you think he lives or dies?
I hope he dies.
Okay, cool.
Yep, that's my opinion.
My reaction. Okay, cool.
No! Ryoma, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, obviously, I was very
Sam wished death upon Ryoma, which is why Ryoma died.
I mean, I will say, I kind of had the view of Ryoma that Ryoma has of himself, and he didn't deserve what happened to him. You know, even though he, like, asked for it, essentially. He still didn't deserve it. Sam's
visceral hatred for Ryoma, we do not stan.
We do not stan. I am a Ryoma stan. For some reason, isn't he, like, somewhat unpopular in the
He
fandom,
is kind of known as, like, an underrated classic.
Yeah, like he doesn't live for very long, so you don't get a huge connection with him, but I think he's kind of a star.
I really love Ryoma a lot.
Yeah.
And so does Marin.
I wouldn't say I'm, like, obsessed with Ryoma, but I'm a big fan. Wow, she is very generic. Oh, are those music notes in her hair? Oh, yeah, that's okay. So there's definitely music notes in her hair. Her ultimate ability, her ultimate ability is clearly something to do with music. And so she's not the ultimate musician, so she's probably the ultimate, like, score writer. I didn't really talk about her personality, I just said she was plain. I think that she is... I mean, she looks sort of like happy-go-lucky but determined.
So let's talk about Case 1, Sam.
Let's talk about Case 1.
Did you see that coming?
Oh, no, not at all. Whenever it happened, and it was like, oh, you were the murderer the whole time, I said...
They've never pulled that on us
before. What? I told Caroline whenever it happened, I was like, I've been waiting for this entire series to have to accuse myself of murder. Like, every single case, I've been like, what if it's actually me? And I did not expect it to be the first case. You're just established as the protagonist, woo! And then it's like, oh, but you actually murdered someone.
They hit the ground running.
They really did.
Yeah.
I will say, like, the first case in general, I didn't like it because I thought it was... Okay, I liked it in terms of, like, the reveal of, like, oh, you're the protagonist and you did it. I didn't like the actual, like, way that it happened. I thought it was stupid. And so... the fact that you return to the first case and they literally say, like, it didn't work, that made me feel so much better about the first case. I liked the first case after the 6th case. But yeah, Kaede, happy-go-lucky, but determined.
Accurate.
We'll get to the plain character later, but
yeah,
I don't know. Sort of funny. Kaede is, like, fine. She's, like, the definition of, like, C tier.
I don't like Kaede at all.
Yeah, you actively dislike Kaede, but I'm, like, indifferent. He said, bah! I feel like he's one of those guys that is, like, very nice, but very, like, strong and quick to anger, like, has a bad temper. So Gonta is probably the character that Carol and I disagree on the most. I'm a big fan of Gonta. I think he's adorable. You know, we can talk about his motives all day and how they were bad. But I thought he was, like, really cute, and I really did feel like he cared for everybody. And I feel bad for calling him a Chad. He's a sweet boy. He's like the guy from Mice and Men.
Oh, Lenny.
He's like Lenny.
Yeah, that's...
And he sort of is quick to anger when people say that they don't like bugs. So that wasn't, like, incorrect, I guess, but...
Classic.
Alright, this guy's name is definitely, like, Luther. I bet he's, like, the ultimate, like, cyborg or something. I bet he's literally made of the robotics. I bet that's not a suit. And that's why he has, like, the lines under his eyes. That's... What?
It's not just makeup?
No, I don't think it's just makeup. I think it, like, splits apart in his face. But now we have the real ultimate cyborg. That's robophobic.
Classic.
I love Kibo. Kibo's great. I really wish that he had lived. I mean, he gives himself up for the 3 survivors, but I don't know. He's just a good boy, and he, like, you know, he's controlled by the audience, but he also, like, fights back against them because he's the ultimate hope robot. That's what he becomes at the end. Like, Kibo's just a star.
It's true.
He's so cute, and he gets bullied by Kokichi. So, you know, controversial opinion, I'm not a huge fan of Kokichi, and a big reason why I'm not a fan of Kokichi is because he bullies characters that I really like. Like, he bullies Kibo. That's, like, his first thing that he does, and it bothered me. Huh. Okay. Those twin tails, insane. I think that she is, like, plain, but she's actually kind of mean. She's got a flower pin. God, I have no clue. Going off the flower pin, ultimate gardener. She seems like one of the characters that would live until the end of the game. So I think that she lives.
Okay.
Yeah. I did the best I could. You know, Maki obviously very intentionally hides her ultimate.
Yeah.
This title is alternately titled, How Can Caroline Talk About Maki Without Spoiling the Fact That She's Not What She Says She Is?
Yeah.
And I think you did a good job. Or maybe I'm just an insolent fool. Maybe it was obvious. Oh, look at this edgelord. What would somebody with that outfit... It's like, he's very, like, buttoned, which sort of reminds me of, like, Ishimaru from the first game. But he's, like, a super edgy Ishimaru. But I feel he's like the opposite of Ishimaru. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's not, like, the ultimate moral compass. He's, like, the ultimate, like, moral anti-compass.
So he's chaotic evil.
He's chaotic evil, yeah. So that'd be exactly how I would describe him. This poor boy. He deserved none of what I said about him in the first part of that. I love Shuichi. He's probably my favorite protagonist.
Interesting.
Either him or Hajime, but it's probably Shuichi. And I can't believe that I got him so entirely wrong.
When you said that in the moment, I was like, What? Oh my god.
Well, he's in all black, like
with a hat.
With the hat, and like the thing is, like, his pose makes him look very confident. He looks like, yeah, I'm like detectiving. You know, he doesn't look scared. The fact that he was the ultimate detective and Kyoko was the ultimate detective, you know, should have lit off some bells in my head. But I was just like, whatever. I was like, yeah, there's ultimate detectives. Okay, this is clearly the ultimate maid.
What? Why?
What? Why? Krumi is so interesting. Because she's, like, the maid in, like, the loosest sense of the word. She's basically a god. Which is kind of, kind of incredible. Well, because she's like, if I see potential in you, then you will succeed. And that's kind of, like, period, the end. Like, she literally is, leads this country and leads it to prosperity because she's just good at being a maid. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think that maid fully encaptures her ability.
That's really
I think that's a better
accurate,
way of putting it.
Actually. Yeah.
What is that face on the left? She said, yeah, like, kind of smart. I think she's kind of mean.
Okay.
Like she uses her wit not to, like, make friends, but she uses it to kind of, like, make fun of people.
Yeah.
But I don't think that she's, like, mean. I don't think she's mean-hearted. I don't think she's, like, actually mean. But I think she lives.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like she would be one of those characters that lives and everyone's like, ugh, why did she have to live? But, like, she lives anyway.
Gotcha. Okay.
Tenko did not deserve to die.
Yeah. Couldn't have been more wrong, honestly, Sam.
I think... I'm gonna think about this for a second, but I think out of any character in this game, she deserved the least to die. I think. Because even Kokichi, like, did it for a very specific purpose. Like, she was basically just there. Just because it was convenient for Kyo to do it.
Yeah.
And it just, she did not deserve what happened to her.
What's her name?
Alright, I think that her name is Julia? I'm getting very, what is it called? A Cloud Cuckoo Lander vibe? Like, not really connected to the world? It's hard to say. I see a lot of emptiness in her eyes. Oh, God, Angie. God, I cannot stand Angie.
I hate Angie so much!
I'm sure you'll hear about that in season 3 of the podcast.
Oh, Ultra Girls, baby.
I would like to say that, like, I felt bad for all the people that died. She was not one of the people I felt bad for. Yeah. The only interesting thing that I think is interesting about Angie is that her arc is really weird. Because she puts all this effort into building, like, the student council and this cult of people, and then it just fizzles.
Yeah.
Like, it's building up with this, Necronomicon, da-da-da-da-da, and then she dies, and then it's like, it's never brought up again.
Yeah.
Which I just think is a little weird. Okay. I feel like I've seen this guy before too, but maybe it's just because he looks like Kokichi. He's got
doesn't look like
he's got the same color of hair and what is his name? His name is like I feel like Jeremiah. That was the thought that came into my head. Jeremiah. Sort of, like, nervous, but, like, very, like, happy, and, like, yes, these things are good, but then, like, when something bad happens, he's like, oh, luminary of the stars. I wish I liked Kaito more than I do.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about him, too.
Yeah, he's, like, set up to be this great character, and he's, like, such a bro to Shuichi, and he, like, really carries... He, like, kind of carries the rest of the team. Like, Shuichi, like, literally does with his detectiving, but, like, he carries, like, their spirits forward. A little tiger! Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so she's the ultimate magician. Yeah, I feel like she doesn't like people, which is weird because she's, like, a magician. She's an entertainer. Very correct assumption to assume that only, like, 3 people live.
I feel like that's what the creators of this game were, like, thinking. They were like, well, we need someone to live with them, and it can't be Kaito, so... Guess it's Himiko.
I guess it's Himiko. I mean, Himiko feels very like Hiro from the first game. Like, she's just kind of there. She just sort of exists. Is this a controversial opinion? I love Himiko.
I don't know. People like her. She's someone who, like, some people like.
I think Himiko is hilarious. I don't really think that she deserved to make it to the end of the game. I mean, it's, like, good for her, but, like, I just think she was really funny. Like, I know it's specifically when my brother got really tired of her voice, hated her voice. I think her voice is really funny.
Why would anyone get tired of her voice, man?
It's so hilarious. And she's the ultimate mate.
We did forget one person.
Who
Can
did
you
we
guess?
forget? I don't remember who we forgot. So am I gonna feel bad that we forgot somebody?
I think you're gonna be disappointed in yourself that you forgot this person.
This is hilarious that we missed her. Okay. That's all we had to say about Tsumugi.
Yeah, because it's like you can't go into her character without talking about the ending at all.
Well, because that is all her character is before the ending. Like,
Yeah.
how are you supposed to guess anything about Tsumugi? Like, I will say, before... I'm pretty sure it was before I went into the 6th case. We had done all the investigation. And right when I found the secret passage in the girls' bathroom, I knew. I was like, Tsumugi did something. I didn't know that she was the mastermind, because I had kind of gotten to the point where I was like, there's probably not a mastermind. That seems too obvious. But I was like, Tsumugi is like more than is behind her. But it's like, you can't get that until that point in the game. You just can't.
I thought she was the mastermind from the very beginning.
You did? How? She's so boring.
That's why.
But...
That's exactly why. I was like, this cannot be it. This can't be it.
But that's all Yasuhiro is. There's characters like that before.
With him, he has a thing going for him. Tsumugi's just like, oh no, it's fine.
I'm playing.
I'm not bothered by it at all. Like, she's so boring.
She
like,
is very boring.
Hiro is silly and dumb sometimes and funny, and I don't know. He has more going for him. Tsumugi's just kind of like...
I don't know. I don't even like Tsumugi as a mastermind, let's be honest. Like, she's fine, but it's like... I don't know. This is kind of going into, like, V3 as, like, a whole, like, the ending of V3. You know, ending of V3 obviously very controversial. I am, like, personally, I don't dislike it. The only thing I dislike is that it makes fun of the player for playing their game, which feels wrong. They're like, haha, you like death games? That's wrong. And I'm like, yeah, I do, and you're providing them to me, and I appreciate it. I don't know. Tsumugi felt like such a cop-out. Because it was sort of like, oh yes, here's the boring character. Look, she's not boring! And then she, like, dies at the end of the trial. Because she has to, because she's the mastermind.
Alright, everybody, thank you so much for tuning into Teacups and Toadstools today. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will be posting more regularly. I have some really cool collaboration videos coming up, and I'm really excited to share them with you. Make sure you like this video if you like Danganronpa, and comment below your favorite Danganronpa game, but make sure you label spoilers, because we want people to feel safe in this environment. Anyway, that's all for today, folks. Have a good week, and I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Bye! Okay, yeah, the only way to tell is if you, like...
Can we tip it up a little bit?
Maybe.
Yeah.
There we go.
Is it recording now? Oh,
yes. We do kind of look like we're the same height.
Just a little bit. I mean, we have the same height torsos. We've discussed this.
That's true.